Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to another edition of Pep Talks in the Morning. I'm your special guest host today, Michelle Davis. I am the Deputy Party Organizer for the Progressive Empowerment Party. We are continuing on our series of candidate introductions. We are in the height of election season. The place is buzzing with excitement. Everyone is on the ground. Our candidates are on the ground. We are eager to take office. We are eager to show the country what real governance is about. As we talk to the constituents and introduce them to PEP policies, the country is waking up. The country is waking up. It is such an exciting time to be in Trinidad and Tobago. For those supporters that are overseas, I wish you were here. It is just an absolutely incredible feeling to see the country waking up and really accepting the Progressive Empowerment Party as a solution to the issues that we face in this country. We know at the Progressive Empowerment Party there are so many issues plaguing our citizens, our country, that have us in a state of just pure dysfunctionality. And we wonder, citizens wonder, is there actually a solution to fix these problems? And there is. It's quite very easy, but we have been so programmed over the years and decades, basically, that citizens still can't believe how easy it is once we present the solutions to them. We are looking at 28 constituencies, providing real representation to them, real support to them, real governance as to what governance should really look like. We have the required resources. We have the ideas that are required to take this country forward. Yesterday I did a video and I was appealing to the citizens of this country, for those that have not woken up yet. Give us a chance, because we don't have any record. We don't have any past record of corruption, theft. We don't have any of that. We mismanagement, non-representation, all of these things our citizens are facing. We are actually hearing on the ground that citizens have not seen their elected official in 5 years, 4 years and almost 11 months. That is just so unacceptable on so many levels. It is so unacceptable in so many levels which means they have not had any representation. They have not had anyone to solve the issues that they are going through on a day-to-day basis. And people don't understand. It becomes extremely frustrating here in Trinidad and Tobago, because the way the system works is it does not work, as Philip Edward Alexander states. Nothing works. It's not as easy as you think it is to go get a passport, go dispute a bill. And the simplest tasks that are completed in first world countries literally take months sometimes here to complete. And what does that mean for the average citizen? It means you're up, you're down, you're traveling, you have to go to Port of Spain. The simplest task. I was telling one of our candidates yesterday, we have laws in black and white that actually deal with many of the issues we face, building codes, violations and stuff, but they're not enforced. So that is the problem. That is the problem. We have everything written. So written wise, it looks good, but to get it applied is another story. It is another story on another level. And literally citizens give up based on pure frustration. And that's what the system is basically set up to do. Frustrate you so you just give up, right? I have a situation I'm dealing with almost years now. It's in black and white in the Municipal Act of Trinidad and Tobago. And to date, the regional corporation has failed to implement it, enforce it. That's what citizens are going through. You get tired here in Trinidad and Tobago. You get extremely tired. You get frustrated. You throw in the towel, as we say. because nothing works. No one knows how to do their job. And why is that? Is that deliberate? And we ask ourselves, is that deliberate? And to me, I say it's deliberate incompetence, because citizens basically are dealing with individuals in positions that have no idea how to enforce law, how to deal with issues, how to provide effective customer service. These are the things we're dealing with here in Trinidad. And for those of you that are overseas, you can relate to the Trinidadians that have gone and have been abroad for so many years. When they come to Trinidad, they say, wow, Michelle, I don't understand, how do you live here? Because the simplest of tasks is so frustrating. So this is what the constituents are going for. This is what they're going through. Every day they go through this absolute craziness of non-representation, drains not being cleaned. I mean, the simplest of tasks, grass overgrowing to the point where it's not only a hazard, it's a danger. Marvin, are you there? Because I'm not seeing Marvin on the screen. So is Marvin there?
Yeah.
So no. Okay, great. I thought I lost you there, Marvin. So this morning, I have Marvin Howard, who's the candidate for Point a Peer, and we're going to have a discussion with Marvin this morning with regards to Point a Peer. What are the issues? But first, I wanted you to take just 1 minute to just listen to Marvin's bio, and then we'll go forward.
Marvin Howard. Marvin Howard was born and raised in Pointe-à-Pierre, where he is raising his own family. A proud family man, he considers his children his greatest achievement. He is an active member of his community, is involved in various charitable endeavors, and is widely respected by the youths in the area. His work experience is in the sphere of heavy industry, starting at the Point Lisas Industrial Estate and moving on to Atlantic LNG. He soon made the leap towards entrepreneurship, making the successful transition to the role of contractor with a focus on heavy machinery and integrated technology. His drive to see everyone has access to opportunities for success has motivated him to join the Progressive Empowerment Party and offer himself as a candidate to represent Pointe-à-Pierre.
So good morning, Marvin. How are you today?
Good morning, Michelle. I'm good. I'm great.
Good. Good, good. Glad to hear that. I am sure you are extremely busy. Is that an understatement right now?
It is. It
Yes.
is. Yes.
No sleep,
It
right?
doesn't have much sleep. No sleep. It doesn't have time for that right now.
Correct, correct. Marvin, we have 11 more days on this campaign trail. I know it has been an easy one for you. First, I would like to, really commend you on stepping forward to represent your constituency of Pointe-à-Pierre. Can you tell the audience a bit about Pointe-à-Pierre for those that, may not know Pointe-à-Pierre? Describe Pointe-à-Pierre and some of the issues you are facing there.
Okay. Well, the constituency of Pointe-à-Pierre is it used to rely on downstream
Right.
of petroleum, which we know is
Yes.
no longer exists. Well, the issues that face Pointe-à-Pierre right now basically is like a steady supply of water, which in some people's mind, having water for 3 to 4 days for the week is exceptionally good. But as we know, it's supposed to be daily. Basically, the issue because of the closure of Petrotrin is employment. Because as we know, Pointe-à-Pierre refinery used to basically provide employment for the majority of people in the surrounding areas. and that is
Yes.
no longer there.
I mean, Marvin, when you think of Pointe-à-Pierre, as you know, I live in Cedrus, and as far as Cedrus, Petrotrin provided employment. A great deal of persons down here went to Petrotrin every morning. So the entire South region, I know Central and South has been impacted. And when you describe that closure of Petrotrin, I don't think people, especially North, understand that Central and South, the entire region was employed somehow through a contractor or directly with Petrotrin. I mean,
Yes,
I live in Cedrus, and every morning I know the cars that would be on the road going to Petrotrin. So it is, I could imagine jobs being such a major issue. What are the people doing, Marvin? Has any alternate employment been provided?
no, Michelle, things have not been provided, but the people trying to cope, some trying to start some small business or started small businesses. Some just haven't come to the reality of what it is going on as yet, trying to
Yes.
see if they can live on whatever severance settlement they got. Some seeking to get employment elsewhere. And for the
Yeah.
people most of the people that don't know nothing else but working there, well, well, what to put it, the best way to put it, in a mess. They cannot
Yes,
comprehend
I
what
mean,
is going
naturally
on.
so. Yeah, naturally
Yeah,
so. Because remember, if you've worked somewhere 25, 30 years, you know nothing else. You are
yes.
trained in that field. There is no alternate employment. And we see, Marvin, I wanted to get your thoughts because I knew you were coming on this morning. We see both parties throwing out the Petrotrin reopening hope. What's your opinion on that? Because that really has a lot to do with your constituency. We see everybody
Mm-hmm.
dangling the carrot right now. Both parties
Mm-hmm.
are playing with the public. Um, are people buying into that? Do people actually think this is going to be reopened? What are people saying on the ground?
Well, it have people that actually think it will be restarted, but normally when a refinery parks up for that long, stops running for that long, they don't really have a good chance of ever being able to operate again.
Right, right.
Because mhm.
Yeah.
And that is what
Oh, I
most
mean,
people
I wanted,
don't
because
know.
you've worked in this industry. Right, right.
Yes,
So the chances of it starting back is very slim, and they're not telling the public that. They're making it look like it's a flip of a switch and patriotic
mhm.
takes over, or Petrotrin comes back, or heritage, but whatever. And then making it
Yes,
look so easy when you are in the oil and gas industry and um, it doesn't work that way, you know?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So Marvin, what type of work are you doing on the ground? I'm seeing pictures of you on the ground. I'm seeing you everywhere, but what are you doing? We're showing some pictures right now. Tell me the reaction from the people. Give me some updates. What's really going on in your work efforts?
Yeah. Well, the response that I getting in some of the areas that are basically UNC areas and some of the PNM areas, the response real good. It was shocking that because I didn't think that most of the people that take it, well, a third option or the option of somebody other than the UNC or the PNM as a real option. And that is the
Yes.
feedback I getting that they're interested, they want to get involved. But as we know, we're not getting much media
Yeah.
airplay. We're not getting out there. So to have plenty of people that don't know much about the party, they know about Philip Alexander, they hear about the PEP, but to actually know the Progressive Empowerment Party is the task to get
Yes.
to the people to actually get them to know. Because not everybody is on Facebook and WhatsApp. They're not
Yes.
into the media, the electronic media as much. But
Yes.
we get in there, and people
Yeah,
like
we are. We
people
are,
very
we are,
interested.
Marvin. The past few weeks we have been getting they have no choice. So we have been getting a little bit of media coverage. We have been
Yeah.
hosting some shows. So I think of people are viewing that. But what people are receptive to you to Marvin. They believe PEP can
Yes,
change the way governance is in this country.
yes, they do.
Good,
Yes, they
good.
do.
Glad to hear that. So besides water and employment, um, what other are some other issues are there any other major issues your constituency is facing? Water, unemployment, anything else? I mean, what about the youths? I'm always to know with the youths, what's going on in the various constituencies? What hope is there for them?
Well, they don't really have anything in place for the youths. The youths is basically, especially since they're more or less home still, because not everybody willing to send their children to school right now. The
Yes.
COVID. Well, they don't have nothing in place, honestly, and honestly, I have to say they don't have anything because they did years ago. They did some play parks and grounds, but nothing wasn't maintained. None of the things were
Hmm.
maintained. Um, the youths.
They're
The only thing I could say
yeah,
about
they're
the
just
youths right now, they're watching PEP, the Progressive Empowerment Party, as the way
right.
out because they're seeing that
Yes.
this party will really do something and put something in place for them to keep them occupied.
Yes, yes. I mean, and
Yeah,
when we say youths to the audience, we don't, we mean children in terms of,
yeah,
education, but we also mean people
yeah,
that the youths that have finished school and there's no hope.
yeah,
There's no,
yeah.
there's no dream in sight. They can't get a job. There's no training if you didn't get all your subjects. Yeah, this is what
Mm,
a government should be doing. Not everybody is a A+ student. There has to be
mm,
alternatives for what the youth
yes,
face. But Marvin, in terms
yeah.
of your experience with PEP, what policy really stands out to you and why? What PEP policy stands out to you and why?
Uh,
I know there are
basically,
many. I know there are many. Don't get overwhelmed.
and
But
I love
which
all.
one? Yeah,
I
yeah,
love all.
yeah.
Yes,
Right.
but basically, it will have to be the prestige, what they basically call it, the prestige education to all, in the
Right.
sense that all
Right.
schools across the board will be taught the same thing. They'll be
Yes.
appreciated the same way because, as you know, it have schools that are looked down on,
Yes.
and education
Yes.
is the key. It is.
Exactly. Marvin, how old are your children? You said you had two children, right? Are they big or are they
Mhm.
young?
Well, in my eyes, they're still my two babies, but
Of course.
they're 22. Well,
Right.
my big son turned 22 just about a week ago, and 17.
Okay. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, they're the youths, right? They're the
Mm-hmm.
future of this country, and education is
Yes.
critical in
Mm-hmm.
helping all of the youth stand for an opportunity in this country. And it's so
Yes.
saddening, like you said, because some schools don't have the same privilege. They don't have the same experience, despite all of the teachers going to the same training college, Marvin. Isn't that strange? It always
Very.
stands out. The teachers, why is that? Why do you think that is? Is it all the teachers going to the same training college, but why is schools in Pointe-a-Pierre different from schools in Marival, north
Mm-hmm.
in prestige areas? Why is that? What do you think is causing that, Marvin?
Well, honestly, I want to believe it had to be. I don't want to put the blame on the teachers. I want to believe it's something to do with the syllabus that they follow. Because
Okay.
I find it hard to understand why some schools just have better grades than others. It can't be that in certain constituencies it have brighter children or not so bright children. It
Right.
have to. I want it to be something with the syllabus that they follow. Because I can't
Yes.
put the blame on the teachers because I know it have a lot of good teachers out there that try the best with
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
what your
Yeah, I
area
agree
there.
with that because Deep South. Well, Deep South is very forgotten. It's
Yes.
extremely, and I have several friends. Have younger children, and my friend, she's a foreigner, but she's married to a Trinidadian, and she makes. I mean, she basically teaches the children despite them going to school. I mean, really over. I mean, because she realizes half the syllabus is sometimes not even covered, which is very sad. A lot of this that they give the syllabus, and then when they look and she looks, half of this is not covered. Half of this wasn't covered, or it's dependent on the parents. I have another friend, same age, and she basically self teaches. Plus, the kids go to school because she's so worried about the syllabus not being covered. So I believe you do have a point there because I think that's the difference. One of the
Yeah.
differences is that it's just in certain areas it's kind of I don't know why, but it's just not covered. You know what I mean? And it's really sad.
Yes.
It really it's sad because the children are the ones that are suffering. But Marvin, in your words, what do why would you, when you're talking to the people on the ground, how do you explain PEP? And how do you explain PEP being the vehicle to take Trinidad and Tobago forward? What do you tell the people? Because that's hard. That's very difficult.
That's it is, Michelle. And it's a hard
Yes.
question and matter to answer just so, but it's basically as let them know that PP Progressive Empowerment Party at somehow, somewhere we will fix all the problems needed to be fixed because most of them are not very hard to be fixed. It's basically you need to do what it is you need to do as a minister, as a government to help the citizens.
Yes.
Basically, if the ministers do the job, the country will be fixed, which is provide
Very true.
the health, yeah, provide the health
Yes.
care, provide the roads and infrastructure, provide schooling, provide jobs, give the people something to look forward to work towards. Not you go to school and you're going to get all your degrees, you got all your subjects, you get everything done, and when you come out, you have nothing in place for you. But that is
Yes.
going a lot
Yes.
into that, a lot.
Yes. Yes, yes. I thoroughly agree with you. And you know what we at the Progressive Empowerment have done, which I'm so proud of. We have educated, empowered, and informed the public. Despite your voting choices, you are aware that the well-being of the citizenry is the government. And a lot of people
Yes,
don't understand that statement. A lot of people don't understand that the government really is responsible for the citizens that they govern. And we take it for granted here. It's kind of it's we and them, the government and the citizens. It's a we and them
yes.
scenario when in fact it really
Mhm.
should be a collaborative effort by the government to really help the citizens of this country. Marvin, what made you, I'm curious because we've been so busy and you and I haven't. I mean, we've talked, but we're talking, campaigning stuff. What made you decide to go up for the candidacy? What drove that when you go up for the candidacy?
Basically, as you said, as you mentioned earlier, but I have two big baby men, right?
Yes,
They are my main focus. When they were young, I tried to shield them from the world. but they're turning into big men with reaching the point where they need to go out there, with nothing in place for them, nothing there for them to look forward to. Right? And the present administration, the past administration, I not seen them putting things in place that they need to, doing what needs to be done. I joined the party. I listened to the views, the opinions, the policies, and I thought to myself, this is the way to fix Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to be a part of it. If not for me, for my children and the citizens of the country, I need to be part of it to help fix Trinidad and Tobago.
Well said, Marvin. I agree. You know, I was telling someone yesterday, you know, I just want to be in a country where it works, things work. You know, I don't want it to be so difficult. And I was mentioning that at the beginning of the show when I couldn't see you on screen. You want a country that works. That's it. It's nothing complicated about that. You want the youths to have jobs, but you want the elderly to be taken care of. You want the administration of everything to go with flow. You go to get a passport, it's easy. It's not 6 months waiting. And all of this madness that we go through in Trinidad. You go to get a license, you have to bribe somebody to get a license instead of it just being a natural flow of pay your money, take the test. Everything is corrupted here. I mean, we're really corrupted to the core. I don't think people understand the corruption level in Trinidad. Everything you have to pay to get everything, Marvin, right? Everything. You have to pass something.
Yeah. Else you don't get anything done.
Yeah. It's sad. That says a lot for us as citizens, Marvin. You know, I have to pay you for a job you getting paid for. I mean, how low are we going? You know, how low? Know, so we need to, go.
It has been an uphill battle for me with this trying to blend in and be part of the society, but it's always a fight because, as I said, nothing works. Nothing works. To do anything, I don't even want to mention any of the areas that I is being exposed to, that I is be dealing with, but to do anything, if you don't agree with paying a bribe, doing something under the table, off the books, you're in for problems. You're going to stay 6 months, a year, to get the simplest thing done that's supposed to be things that's supposed to be walk in and walk back out next 15-20 minutes. You're gonna stay forever for trying to do the right thing.
Exactly, I agree, and we are trying to do the right thing at the Progressive Empowerment Party. Well, Marvin, I'm giving you 30 seconds to throw your pitch of why these constituents of Pointe-a-Pierre should vote for you. So the floor is all yours. Give them all you got. Why should they vote for you?
I don't think I need 30 seconds because it's basically, all right, the people of the constituency, they should know by now. The only time you get any attention whereas they come to do road repairs within the last 6 months. The last 6 months coming up to election. Before that, from the time they win election to the time election about to be called, they don't know about, they don't study that you need your roads. They don't study that you need water. They don't study that you need the basic infrastructure in place, drainage. People are supposed to be able to wake up by now and realize the mama guy that there's been given here, because come on, man. You don't have, you're not supposed to wait 5 years or 4.5 years for your government to start working for you. And it's within that last 3 to 6 months is when everything is being done. We have roads that start paving last election and they stopped.
Yes.
A week ago, they came back in and started again. So what happened to the last 4.5 years? The roads didn't need to be fixed. We have drains that they come and measure to repair about 20 times. That I know need repairing since I'm a child. They now come to pull measurement again.
Yeah.
People need to wake up and see what is going.
Yes.
The can't be taking that mama guy. They can't be taking that mama guy every 5 years. People need to wake up and get things sorted properly with real governance, and that is what I could get from the Progressive Empowerment Party. Real governance, real solutions to fix TNT.
Good, Marvin. Well said. Well said. Well, I wish you the best of luck. We are busy campaigning for the constituency of Pointe-à-Pierre. Look out for Marvin Howard. He's ready to represent you. He's ready to take the constituency of Pointe-à-Pierre forward and bring solutions and bring answers and bring real representation. Marvin, thank you very much. We are going to a break. And next we will have the candidate for Point Fortin. Take care, Marvin.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We vote MPP. CFDNT, Progressive Empowerment Party. DNT, we vote MPP. CFDNT, Progressive Empowerment Party. Now it's time for real change. We don't want no exchange.
Hello?
Real change. The rest of them is exchange. Now it's time for real change. We don't want no exchange. Now it's time for real change. CFDNT, we vote MPP.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just wrap up early. I can't talk. Yeah? So I'll go back. I'll just talk for 2 minutes and go back. Okay? All right, so you'll just, okay. Okay. Welcome back, welcome back. I've just been informed that the candidate for Point Fortin is having major technical issues and has been unable to sign on. So we will wrap up the show a little bit early. But for those of you that are watching, the Progressive Empowerment Party is the option that we are looking for in this country. We have the policies, we have the will to take this country forward. As you know, we have the candidates that are willing to serve and understand what real representation is. So for those of you that are, still doubting yourself, go to www.peptt.com, look at our policies, ask the relevant questions, reach out to the candidates in your areas, ask them questions. We are more than happy to explain how our policies will work, how our governance will work. We are the choice that is needed in Trinidad and Tobago, and we do hope August 10th you make the right choice and vote the Progressive Empowerment Party. Save TNT, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. I am on tomorrow for another edition of Pep Talks in the Morning. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay healthy, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Trinidad and Tobago is in a crisis. For far too long, our people have been abused and silenced by our politicians and the business elite.
Just look around you. People are losing their jobs. Crime is at an all-time high. Our justice, education, and health systems have failed.
We all know the truth behind all that is wrong in our country: corruption, is destroying us. Billions of our dollars are being looted by a small group of business people that use our politicians to divide and distract us,
so they can take what they want, leaving us with no hope for a better country.
All of this is because we've never had leaders who seek the interests of the citizenry as their first priority.
I am here because I'm not taking it anymore.
I am here because I am not taking it anymore.
I am fed up of politics as it is in Trinidad and Tobago.
It is time we elect leaders with the backbone and the love of our people to go after the corrupt, evil elements in our country, hell-bent on serving their own pockets while we suffer.
And it is time that we as a nation take a collective stand against wrongdoing.
So we are making a plea to the nation to rally behind us.
Because our freedom of speech is being threatened by those who don't want us speaking out on these issues.
A man that I greatly respect is one of those leaders fighting for a better country. His name is Philip Edward Alexander, and he has bravely challenged the people and institutions that are destroying our nation.
To date, he has been threatened with 5 lawsuits for having the courage to ask state agency UDCOT on why the renovations of the President's house cost $89 million.
When experts in the field have estimated that that job should have never crossed 20 million.
Where did the rest of our money go?
We refuse to stand by and allow any agency to use our courts to try and silence and punish Philip or any other citizen of our country for trying to seek the truth.
If you're fed up of corruption and want to be a part of real change, support Philip and the Progressive Empowerment Party in this fight.
This fight is not for him or us to bear alone.
It is a fight for you, our loved ones, and our friends.
It is a fight for the future of our country.
You can help by making a contribution to Philip's legal fees and help him and PEP expose the truth and shine light over the darkness of corruption.
Go to our website at peptt.com, click on donate and see all the ways you can pitch in.
There is hope. Our country can be saved, but we all need to stand together. My name is Felicia Holder, Chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, and I support Philip Edward Alexander and the PEP.
I support Philip Edward Alexander and the PEP.
I support Philip Edward Alexander and the PEP.
I support.
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 I support Philip Edward Alexander and the PEP.